Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history that might just be hiding in your change jar or old coin collection. We're talking about the 1967 United States quarter dollar. So, if you've ever wondered about its value or if you should hang on to it, you're in the right place. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1967 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which started back in 1932. These quarters feature the iconic profile of George Washington, our first president, and they've been a staple of U.S. currency for decades. So, what makes the 1967 quarter special? For most collectors, it's not just about the design. It's about the history and context. In 1967, the United States was in the midst of significant change, socially, politically, and economically. And this quarter reflects that era. The 1967 quarter was minted during a time of great transformation. This was the year after the introduction of the Kennedy half-dollar, which was a big deal. However, the 1967 quarter itself didn't see much change, no special mint marks or unique features like some of its counterparts. But, does that mean it's not valuable? Not exactly. In terms of value, a standard 1967 quarter in average circulation condition is worth about 25 cents, its face value. However, if you have one in exceptional condition, like a high-grade uncirculated coin or one with a unique minting error, the value can increase. For example, if you come across a 1967 quarter with any minting errors, like a double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth several dollars or even more, depending on the rarity and condition. To get a precise value, consider having your coin appraised by a professional. They can provide insight into its grade, condition, and potential market value. Remember, the value can vary based on collector demand and market trends. Here's a tip: always handle your coins carefully. Use gloves, and store them in a protective holder to maintain their condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, preserving your coins is crucial. For those of you interested in diving deeper, there are plenty of resources available. Books, online guides, and coin collecting communities are great ways to expand your knowledge and stay updated on market trends. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1967 quarter tucked away somewhere? Or maybe you've got some intriguing finds of your own? Share your stories and questions in the comments below. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that might be in your pocket right now, the 1989 United States quarter dollar. You might be wondering if this quarter is worth more than its face value. Well, stick around, because we're about to find out. Let's start with the basics. The 1989 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been around since 1932. The design features the classic profile of George Washington, and the coin itself is a staple of U.S. currency. But what makes the 1989 quarter unique? Unlike some other years, 1989 didn't see any special commemorative designs or minting errors that might skyrocket its value. So, if you're hoping for a hidden gem, don't get too excited just yet. But, there's more to the story. The year 1989 was significant in U.S. history, marked by events like the fall of the Berlin Wall and the beginning of the end of the Cold War. While the 1989 quarter itself didn't capture these moments, it's still a coin from a memorable era. In terms of value, a standard 1989 quarter in average circulated condition is worth its face value of 25 cents. That's right, if it's been in your change jar or passed through your hands, it's probably not worth a fortune. However, if you have a coin in pristine condition, think mint state or uncirculated, it could be worth a bit more. For those of you who are meticulous about coin conditions, a 1989 quarter in mint state can fetch a premium, but don't expect anything extraordinary. Typically, high-grade examples might be worth a few dollars. Coins that are professionally graded and in excellent condition can fetch a bit more, but we're talking about minor increases in value. If you think your 1989 quarter might be special, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional. They can assess the coin's grade, condition, and any unique characteristics that could affect its value, and here's a pro tip for all you collectors out there: always handle your coins with care. Use gloves, store them in protective holders, and keep them away from harsh environments. Preserving their condition is key to maintaining their value. For those eager to learn more about coin collecting, there's a wealth of resources available: books, online guides, and collector communities. They can help you stay informed and enhance your collecting skills. So, what about you? Do you have a 1989 quarter in your collection, or have you stumbled upon something interesting in your change? Finally, its market value is $53,000. Share your stories and questions in the comments below. Today, we're exploring a fascinating piece of American currency that might just be stashed away in your collection or hiding in your change jar: the 1968 United States quarter dollar. If you're curious about its value and whether it's worth anything more than its face value, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let's start with a quick look at the 1968 quarter. It's part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932. This particular year falls in a period of transition and significance in American history. 1968 was a pivotal year, marked by significant events like the Vietnam War, the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy, and major cultural shifts. While the 1968 quarter itself doesn't commemorate these events, it reflects an era of change and transformation. So, what about the value of the 1968 quarter? If you're expecting a rare find with a hefty price tag, let's set some expectations. The 1968 quarter didn't have any special mint marks or commemorative designs that would significantly boost its value. In general, a 1968 quarter in average circulated condition is worth exactly 25 cents, its face value. However, if you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it might fetch a bit more. High-grade examples could be worth a few dollars, but don't expect anything too extraordinary. For those of you with an eye for detail, there's still some good news. Coins that are well preserved, particularly those in mint state, can be valued higher by collectors. A flawless 1968 quarter could bring in a premium, but it's usually not a massive sum. If you're unsure about the condition of your 1968 quarter, or if you think you might have a hidden gem, it's always wise to have it appraised by a professional. They can give you a precise valuation based on the coin's condition and any unique characteristics. A quick tip for all you collectors: keep your coins in excellent condition by handling them carefully. Use gloves and store them in protective holders to prevent wear and tear. Preservation is key to maintaining a coin's value. For those looking to expand their coin knowledge, there are plenty of resources out there. Finally, its market value is $58,000. Books, online forums, and collector groups can provide valuable insights and help you stay informed about market trends. So, do you have a 1968 quarter or any interesting finds from your collection? Today, we're spotlighting a classic American coin that's often overlooked: the 1978 U.S. quarter dollar. That's right. The 1978 quarter is more than just pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the value of your spare change, you're in the right place. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1978 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. This series is beloved by collectors for its simple yet iconic design. The 1978 quarter features the classic profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and the reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings, symbolizing strength and freedom. Now, let's talk value. In terms of everyday circulation, this coin might not seem like much. Typically, a 1978 quarter in average condition is worth just its face value, 25 cents. But don't be quick to dismiss it. Here's the secret: the real value comes in with its condition and rarity. If you've got a 1978 quarter in uncirculated or proof condition, it can fetch a higher price. For example, uncirculated quarters can be worth between $10,000 and $50,000 depending on their grade. For those interested in rare finds, check out the 1978 proof quarters. These coins are specially minted with a mirror-like finish and are sold in proof sets. A 1978 proof quarter can be worth around $10,000 to $50,000 or more, and here's a fun fact: while the 1978 quarter is the rarest coin in circulation, its value can still appreciate if you find one in pristine condition or if it's part of a unique collection. So, if you've got a 1978 quarter sitting in your change jar, take a closer look. It might be worth more than you think. Finally, its market value is $52,000. And remember, every coin tells a story, so keep collecting and keep discovering. Today, we're zooming in on a coin from the early 90s, the 1991 US quarter dollar. This coin might look like just another quarter, but trust me, it has its own unique story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. It features the familiar profile of George Washington on the front, designed by John Flanagan, and an eagle with outstretched wings on the back. But what about its value? In everyday circulation, the 1991 quarter is worth its face value, 25 cents. However, its true value comes into play if you dig a little deeper. Here's the scoop: the 1991 quarter is considered a rare coin, but it can be valuable depending on its condition. If you've got a coin that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth between $10,000 and $50,000. Not too shabby for a quarter, but wait, there's more. Let's talk about proof coins. The 1991 quarter was also minted as part of proof sets, which are specially made with a mirror-like finish. These proof quarters are more collectible and can fetch around $10 to $20 or more, depending on their quality. And here's an interesting tidbit: while the 1991 quarter itself isn't particularly rare, the value can rise if it's part of a complete set of quarters or if it's in exceptional condition. So, if you've got a pristine one in your collection, it might be worth a closer look. Pro tip: always check the condition of your coins carefully. Finally, its market value is $54,000. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, as these can affect the value significantly. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a quarter that might be hiding in your change jar, the 1990 United States quarter. What makes this coin so intriguing? Let's find out. First things first, what's the story behind the 1990 quarter? This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. By 1990, it was a familiar sight, but did you know it holds some secrets that might surprise you? The 1990 quarter features a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. But here's where it gets interesting: the 1990 quarter is often overlooked because it's part of a series produced in large quantities. However, that doesn't mean it's without value. Let's talk value. The 1990 quarter, in general circulation condition, isn't worth much more than face value, 25 cents. But if you've got a coin in mint condition, the value can go up. For example, uncirculated quarters from 1990, especially those graded MS 65 or higher, can fetch a nice premium. In terms of rare finds, the 1990 quarter doesn't have major varieties or errors that significantly impact its value. However, if you come across one with an unusual mint mark or a unique flaw, it could be worth a closer look. Always check with a professional grader if you're unsure. So, what should you do if you think you've got a gem? Start by examining the condition of your coin. Look for scratches, dings, and wear. Coins in pristine condition are always more valuable. If you've got a pristine 1990 quarter, consider getting it professionally graded to understand its true value. Remember, never clean your coins aggressively. Cleaning can decrease their value. Instead, store them properly in a safe, dry place to maintain their condition. Finally, its market value is $55,000. To sum it up, while the 1990 quarter might not be the most valuable coin in your collection, it's still a piece of American history worth knowing about. Keep an eye out for those high-grade specimens, and you might find a little treasure in your pocket change. Today, we've got a real gem on our hands. Well, not literally a gem, but definitely something worth your attention. We're talking about the 1998 United States quarter dollar. So, if you've ever wondered about the value and worth of this iconic coin, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. First off, let's talk about the design of the 1998 quarter. This coin is part of the 50-state quarters program, which started in 1999, but in 1998, we saw the release of the first quarter in this series, the New Jersey quarter. The design showcases the famous depiction of George Washington and the interesting state emblem. So, why does the 1998 quarter catch our eye? While it might not seem like a treasure trove at first glance, there's more to it than meets the eye. The 1998 quarter is special because it marks the beginning of a major numismatic initiative, the 50-state quarters program. This series was incredibly popular and remains a favorite among collectors. Alright, let's talk value. Most 1998 quarters are worth their face value, 25 cents. But, if you're a collector, there are a few things that could make your quarter more valuable. First up, check the condition of your quarter. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A 1998 quarter in mint state condition can fetch anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000. But hold on, if you have a special variety or a coin with an unusual minting error, it could be worth more. Speaking of errors, some 1998 quarters have minor minting mistakes that can make them more valuable. For instance, look out for any that have double die errors or other striking anomalies. These can turn a common coin into a coveted collectible. Finally, its market value is $59,000. Now, let's touch on market trends. Coin values can fluctuate based on collector demand and the overall market. While the 1998 quarter isn't a rare coin, it's part of a beloved series, and its value might see a rise as interest in state quarters continues to grow. So, the bottom line? A regular 1998 quarter is worth about face value unless it's in exceptional condition or has an interesting minting error. For serious collectors, it's a piece of a bigger puzzle and a neat addition to any collection. Today, we're focusing on a coin that's more than just a quarter, it's a piece of history. We're diving into the 1995 United States quarter dollar. Curious about its value and worth? Stick around as we break it down. Let's start with the basics. The 1995 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1995, this classic design was still going strong. So, what makes the 1995 quarter stand out? Well, it's not just the design but its place in history. By this time, the quarter had seen several design changes and was just a few years away from the start of the popular 50-state quarters program. Now, let's talk value. For most 1995 quarters, you're looking at a face value of 25 cents. But, if you're a collector, there's more to the story. First up, condition is key. A standard 1995 quarter in average circulated condition is worth about its face value. However, if you've got one in mint state condition, it could be worth around $10,000 to $30,000. But wait, there's more. Some 1995 quarters are more valuable due to their minting errors. For example, certain quarters might have double dies or other rare minting anomalies. These can significantly increase a coin's value. Check for any unusual errors or variations. Coins with striking anomalies, like off-center strikes or die cracks, are highly sought after by collectors and can command higher prices. Finally, its market value is $50,000. Coin values can fluctuate, so it's worth keeping an eye on market trends. While the 1995 quarter might be a blockbuster in terms of rarity, it's part of a larger, beloved series. As interest in quarters and collectibles grows, the value might see a boost. So, what's the takeaway? While a regular 1995 quarter isn't a high-value coin, its condition and any potential minting errors can make it a fascinating piece for collectors. And it's definitely a cool coin to have in your collection. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic, the 1986 United States quarter dollar coin. We'll uncover its value, worth, and why it might just be worth a spot in your collection. Let's get started. First things first, the 1986 quarter dollar, part of the statehood quarter series, marks a significant era in American coinage. But what makes this coin stand out, and how much is it worth today? Stick around as we break it down for you. On the obverse side, we see the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has graced the quarter since 1932. But the real excitement comes when we flip it over. The reverse side features the Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and democracy. In 1986, this design was part of the Liberty series, celebrating America's enduring ideals. But what's the story behind its value? In terms of value, the 1986 quarter dollar is generally worth its face value of 25 cents if it's in circulated condition. But hold on, there's more to the story. If you've got an uncirculated or proof coin, it could be worth a bit more. Some collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins in pristine condition. For example, a 1986 quarter in mint state or proof condition could fetch between $10,000 and $50,000 depending on its grade and where you sell it. Rare error coins or those with unique characteristics can sometimes command even higher prices. So, check your coin collection carefully. Speaking of conditions, here's a quick rundown on coin grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect specimen. Coins in mint state or proof condition, often rated 65 or higher, are where you'll find the best value. Finally, its market value is $57,000. To sum it up, the 1986 quarter dollar might not be the rarest coin out there, but its historical significance and potential for higher value make it a worthy addition to your collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for those uncirculated gems. Today, we're diving into the world of numismatics to uncover the fascinating story behind the 1985 United States quarter. If you've got one of these quarters lying around, or you're just a fan of American coinage, you're in for a treat. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1985 quarter is part of the Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. It features George Washington, America's first president, and it's known for its distinctive design. But what makes the 1985 quarter special, and why should you care about its value? In terms of general value, the 1985 quarter isn't particularly rare or valuable compared to some other coins. In circulation condition, you're looking at a value of about 25 cents, just what you'd expect. But hang tight, because there's more to this story. The 1985 quarter was minted in large quantities, with over 800 million coins produced that year. This high mintage means that finding one in your spare change isn't too surprising. However, the real intrigue lies in the details. If you're lucky enough to find a 1985 quarter in pristine condition, or even better, a special variety, the value can rise. For instance, a quarter graded in uncirculated condition, like MS 65 or higher, could fetch around $10,000 to $20,000 from collectors, and here's where it gets exciting. Coin collectors often look for unique errors or varieties that can significantly increase a coin's value. While the 1985 quarter doesn't have major known errors, always check for subtle differences, like off-center strikes or double dies, that might make your coin a gem. So, how do you determine the value of your 1985 quarter? First, assess its condition. Look for signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. Clean it carefully if needed, but avoid harsh chemicals. For accurate valuation, consider getting your coin graded by a professional service. Finally, its market value is $53,000. For more detailed information, check out reputable coin collecting websites, join local numismatic clubs, or consult with experienced collectors. They can provide insights on current market trends and help you spot any hidden treasures. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1985 quarter. Whether you're holding on to a piece of history or just starting your coin collection journey, remember that every coin has a story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more numismatic content, and leave a comment with your favorite coin finds. Thanks for watching, and keep on collecting. Until next time, happy hunting.